welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Rachel Johnson and I'm the head trainer at Endless Potential Dog Training. I'm very excited to start this YouTube journey and I hope some of these videos will be helpful to you guys. So get outside. Obviously not everyone's going to be able to do this, but if you are, do it because it's so good for your dog's health and it'll be good for yours as well. Yeah, fresh air, it's great. So, if you live in town, you can take your dog out to the front yard, maybe put some snow pants on or something, and sit down with your dog, and just allow your dog to observe. Observe people walking by, dogs walking by, because it doesn't have to be a nose-to-nose interaction. They're still able to observe, and they can smell. Dogs have a far sense of smell. They can smell the dog and still get some information from that dog without being up its butt. So if you live in the country, obviously you don't see as many people or dogs probably, but that's okay. If you're able to, try to take a different route, go to a park, go into town, just trying to mix up your surroundings, and so your dog is always seeing new things and just learning more about the world, because it's really important. So another idea is you can play dress up. So putting a big hat on, a wig, a Halloween mask, a big coat, an umbrella, really whatever you can think of, just so we can get your dog used to seeing various kinds of outfits and people outfits, really, because your dog is probably used to you wearing kind of the same outfits, right? Because it's usually a t-shirt, sweater, whatever, pants. It's quite normal and you stay the same height, whereas if you wear a big hat, it makes you a bit taller, and a big coat, it makes you a bit wider or whatever, and so your dog is just like, whoa, doesn't really recognize you, right? And so that's good. We don't want your dog to recognize you, and we just want your dog to think, oh, this is a different person, and just accept it almost, right? Because we want your dog to, this is what we're trying to do, expose them to different kinds of peoples and situations. And so this is a perfect opportunity to kind of be a different person. Obviously, when you dress up, we are not doing this to scare the dog. And if you notice your dog starts backing up or becoming scared and putting their head down kind of thing and backing away, don't continue to approach your dog, because that will further push them and they may start showing warning signs such as growling, snarling, whatever, and it can escalate obviously pretty quickly if your dog is not being respected. And so if you find your dog gets really fearful of these crazy outfits, don't talk to your dog, don't give your dog eye contact, and don't approach, obviously. Let your dog come to you. Because even if you look at your dog or talk to your dog, you're still putting pressure on your dog to come kind of see you. And obviously that's not what they want. They just want to hide and be alone and not be seen in that moment, because it's not that they don't love you, they just don't recognize you. And so just let the dog approach you. So playing audio from YouTube or Spotify, so playing things such as fireworks, power tools, dogs barking, vacuum cleaners, loud children, loud crowds, whatever, just to normalize those sounds to your dog, because a lot of those sounds are pretty scary, to some dogs at least, especially fireworks, because they don't happen as often. They're probably 1 to twice a year, I'd think. And so when your dog isn't hearing it as much, it can be a really scary thing for them, especially because they are so loud and dogs have such an incredible hearing ability. And so getting them used to that sound is really important, especially if your dog already has fear of loud sounds. So what you can do is get YouTube up, type in firework sound effects, and then start by playing the sound really quietly, especially if your dog is you already know your dog is fearful of this. Start really quietly. You will notice when your dog's ears perk a little bit that they can hear it. So don't go so loud that they start reacting to it or shaking, barking, however they show that anxiety. Yeah, make sure there's just calmness so they can hear it, and make sure to give them treats each time they hear it, or like petting them, give them lots of love and just showing them, yes, this is good behavior, everything's fine, it's quiet, great. And then slowly, as they become more and more comfortable, you can start to increase the volume. So another thing would be introducing household objects to your dog, such as the vacuum cleaner, brooms, some dogs, fans, like floor fans, I would say, bicycles, and just all that sort of stuff. So, for example, what you can do is bring out your vacuum cleaner. Don't turn it on yet. Just throw some treats around the vacuum and allow your dog to eat those up, because that just creates a positive association with the vacuum. So it's not scary, it's all okay. The vacuum's a good thing. Vacuum equals treats, right? And so we're creating that positive association with your dog. So another one would be handling and grooming. So this is an important one for puppies, especially because it just gets them used to being handled, touched, whatever, especially if you have kids, because kids don't really know how to be as gentle as adults. So kids are more prone to maybe pulling their tail, tugging on their ears, pulling their hair a little, whatever. So by the adult going in first and kind of playing with their paws, separating the toes, touching the nails, gently tugging on their tail, on their ears, putting your fingers in their mouth, kind of tugging on their fur a little, not hard, just little tugs gently. Just getting your dog used to being touched in certain areas and comfortable with it, obviously. And your groomer will thank you in the end. And if you're the one who grooms your dog, it will just be a happier experience for you and your dog both. So that was today's video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if it was helpful, or if you have any comments or questions, comment down below. And yeah, happy training. Stay positive, patient, and consistent.